Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and listening to the research that I've done for senior thesis. My name is Matthew, and today we'll be understanding a little bit about transformative experience. So before diving right into it, this is a little bit of what I'll be talking about, briefly going over. Just some about me, defining transformative, looking at the problem, my hypothesis for it, some personas, market analysis, and then breaking apart what is a transformative festival. So again, I'm Matthew. I'm a self-described installation designer in my fourth year at CCAD in the industrial design program. I'm a very different person today than I was when I was in high school. I'm actually 35 years old, and I've been through quite a bit. I left home, joined the military, learned a lot about myself after leaving, worked for Ohio Health for a while, and now I'm in college. So I identify as being a completely different person at all of these stages of my life. One of the most significant changes that made me what I am today was my being in the military and then leaving. I deployed twice, and I sustained a moral injury while deployed, and I was dealing with a lot of guilt as to what I was involved with while I was in Afghanistan. What really saved me, though, at this point in my life was a moment that I had at a festival where I realized that I have a lot of value, and that I really love myself, and I should be working harder to take care of myself and working on my mental health. And this led to me investigating and adapting several really good coping mechanisms for depression and anxiety that made me the man that I am today. So that was kind of the inspiration for this project. So what do I mean by transformative or transformative experience? And by that I mean it causes a major change to something or someone, especially in a way that makes him or her better. And this is relevant today is because a lot of people are struggling in the same way that I was with a huge transition in their life. I'm not alone. There's an emerging mental health crisis among young adults in America, especially like 18 to 24, not only as a result of COVID, but just as a result of the huge transition that you make leaving college and entering the professional world, or leaving for college. Here's some statistics on it. About 1 in 5 adults live with mental illness. 80% aged 18 to 24 report at least one adverse mental health condition. And as a result of COVID, anxiety's tripled since this time last year, the rate of anxiety, and the rate of depression has quadrupled since this time last year. So while COVID may come and go, we might develop a vaccine, we might develop herd immunity, this mental health crisis will endure. So the aim, my hypothesis is, if I am able to facilitate a moment for others that happened like the one that happened for me, am I able to enable them to have that shared experience. So I aim to design a product, system, or service that facilitates a positive, transformative experience by co-curating a moment that facilitates the adoption of adaptive methods of managing mental wellness. And by adaptive methods, I mean ones that benefit the person and their mental health or mental wellness condition, like exercising or getting enough sleep or eating right. And maladaptive would be referring to, staying in bed all day, watching cartoons, smoking, drinking, looking at that problem, I've created a couple personas that are not much unlike me. This is Zalia. She is just graduating college, moving to a new area in Minneapolis, doesn't know anybody, but loves music, really open to, go out to festivals and meet new people, but has been struggling with loneliness and this huge transition in her life, and is really doubting whether she made a good one. So she's trying to develop that network of supportive friends. This is the second persona that I've also developed that we're designing for. This is Atrax. He's kind of a festival veteran. He's been around the fest scene for a while and has dramatically benefited from it, and he's looking to help that change in other people as well. So in terms of market analysis, today younger generations are definitely valuing experience over products. There's a lot of research to back this up. It's also found in psychology too, that experiences are more open to positive interpretation and tend to become more meaningful parts of one's identity, whereas a product depreciates in perceived value over time because new ones come out that are just better than it. 32 million young adults go to at least one festival a year. That's a huge number, and they'll travel on average 903 miles to get to it. That's the distance between New York and Orlando. So in terms of like where they're located at, they're predominantly found on the West Coast, where there's a lot of natural beauty, and that's for a reason. They also usually happen at times of year where the weather's really good outside, or it's good to be outside, because most of them are located outdoors. All over North America, predominantly on the West Coast, all the way up into British Columbia, Canada, and they're also found internationally too. These are just a few of the festivals that I found that were located in the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand. The list goes on. So what do I mean by transformative festival in terms of benefits the person in a meaningful way? Looking at that word again, transformative. There's a couple defining factors for it. The first of which is rooted in nature. There's several reasons of why being out in nature, being outdoors, has a positive impact on the user. But they're strongly rooted in the environment. Reason for that as well is that you're disconnected from technology or society, and that has a bunch of positive effects on the user in terms of reducing anxiety and depression. It also helps you sleep better, stay focused, fosters more meaningful interactions. Also, cleanliness is a form of self-respect. Taking care of the environment and the environment around you has positive impacts on the individual. They're also very strongly community-driven. There are clear benefits to socializing that include physical health in addition to mental health, and empathy is also developed by socialization with diverse groups of people. And an increased level of empathy also increases your overall meaningful interactions and overall higher level of positive well-being. They're also centered on music. It kind of acts as a connective tissue to this experience. Moving your body or getting around makes you feel good. Dancing also has the added benefit of being social in nature. And music has been used as therapy for a very long time. And they try to create these like larger-than-life experiences and demonstrate the power of awe, which has shown psychologically to create a diminished sense of self, in which people are have increased feeling of connectedness, increased critical thought, skepticism, enhancing mood, and decreasing overall materialism. Not only do they feed your soul, they feed the mind. They've got a ton of workshops on raw foods, yoga, latest music production software, natural building, and permaculture. There's another example, one which is acro yoga. But you're also immersed in a highly creative environment. You're just surrounded by art. It's found everywhere, whether it's in a stage, an installation, a live painting, flow art. It's all unfolding around you, building on the sensation that we are art. We are beautiful, meaningful, worthwhile. Art therapy is also a known technique that's been used in mental health to combat addiction, anxiety, attention disorders, depression, PTSD. Not only like visual art, but art in motion and installation art. These are kind of curated in a way that are situationist in nature and involve or encourage interaction and critical thought, and are meant to develop a widened perspective of experience with others. This is just a few images of, art Burning Man, which is also considered some installation art. This basically brings a party with it as a mobile dance floor. So, overall takeaways. Developing for a content-rich reality, which includes high-density quality interactions and is intensely co-created a full third to almost 100% of it are active co-creators. You're not just a bystander or an attendee, you're a participant. You're actively engaged in it. It all feeds into this deep human need to contribute to community, create a culture, create community, and achieve transformation through inspiration. Now, this is all significant because it's a very broadband approach across all of the senses, across several different areas that impact your mental health positively. A broadband solution for a very broad problem. Everybody suffers from mental illness in different ways and to different degrees. But the idea is, with a very wide signal, the right elements at the right moments, at the right time, stick and carry over into your day-to-day lives. In addition to having that right moment, that community, that supportive community that's engaged in all activities that directly support mental wellness become your community. You become part of that tribe. They're all your circle of friends, and they're there to support you along the way too. So that's exactly what I'm looking to develop for, facilitate, or encourage in this environment. What can I make? But yeah, thank you. In terms of next steps, I've got a panel of 6 neuroscientists, residents that I'm going to show some of the research that I've done to, get their feedback and insight from, and as well as compiling a lot of this information that I've gotten from my survey. I got over 200 respondents for it. They took a personality battery too, that I'm attempting to correlate how their personality has been affected by participating or engaging in live experience kind of this nature. So there's more of that to come. After tying off some of these research loose ends, I look to do some ideation followed by prototyping, as well as a final presentation at the end of the year. If this struck your interest in any way, if you got excited about this or heard something that you liked, please reach out. Here's my contact information. I am extremely passionate about this area. I'm really excited to do more. This is going to be a really fun project to work on. And I'm hoping to do something highly visual by the end of it. So, yeah, reach out, give me some comments or feedback, and thank you.